Welcome back to XRP Pulse, your go-to channel for all things XRP and crypto trends. Today, we're diving into a signal that has every trader's eyes glued to the charts, the rare RSI indicator that historically preceded some of the biggest rallies in XRP's history. If you've been watching the market closely, you'll know that spotting these opportunities before they hit can be a game changer, and that's exactly what we're unpacking today. So grab a seat, settle in, and let's break this down. Right off the bat, let's talk about the Relative Strength Index, or RSI, which measures the speed and change of price movements. When the RSI reaches certain extremes, it's often a clue that the asset is either overbought or oversold. But here's the kicker. There's a rare pattern that traders have observed, a signal so precise that it's flashed right before every major XRP rally over the past few years. And it just appeared again. That means we could be looking at the setup for something big, and it's not something to ignore lightly. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. RSI signals happen all the time. How is this different? Well, the difference lies in the context and the confluence with other market factors. When this RSI setup aligns with support levels, volume surges, and historical price behavior, it doesn't just suggest a move, it practically screams it. Traders who recognize these setups early often position themselves for maximum gains, while those who hesitate can watch from the sidelines, wishing they'd acted sooner. Historically, XRP has shown that when this rare RSI flash occurs, it's usually followed by a sharp price correction, followed by a significant rally. This pattern has been tested multiple times, and each time the market has responded in a strikingly similar way. What's important here is timing and confirmation. Traders aren't just acting on a single indicator. They're confirming the signal with candlestick patterns, market sentiment, and liquidity metrics to ensure that the move has both strength and sustainability. Let's break down why this signal is so compelling. First, it appears during moments when XRP is undervalued relative to recent price swings. The RSI dips into a zone that historically coincides with market participants capitulating or selling prematurely. Then, as sentiment shifts and buyers step in, the stage is set for a rapid rebound. In essence, this signal highlights the exact point where fear peaks and opportunity begins, a critical insight for anyone looking to navigate volatile markets effectively. Another factor to consider is the broader crypto market environment. XRP doesn't move in isolation. Its correlations with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other major altcoins can either amplify or dampen the effect of this RSI signal. When top cryptocurrencies are stabilizing or entering bullish phases concurrently, the probability of a strong XRP rally following the RSI flash increases dramatically. That's why professional traders are watching not just XRP charts, but the entire market ecosystem. Now, it's crucial to understand risk management. Even though the RSI signal has a strong historical track record, no indicator is perfect. Stop-loss orders, position sizing, and gradual scaling into positions are essential strategies. Traders who jump in impulsively without a plan can face heavy losses, even when the signal is valid. The key is combining technical insight with disciplined execution, so you capture potential upside while limiting downside exposure. Let's also touch on the psychological aspect. Signals like this don't just inform, they influence behavior. Market participants respond to the same signals, often reinforcing price movements. When traders see the RSI flash and know the history, buying pressure can accelerate as more participants act simultaneously. This creates a self-reinforcing loop, turning a technical insight into a market-moving event. Looking at historical charts, we can see that previous RSI flashes led to rallies of significant magnitude, sometimes doubling or tripling XRP's value over short periods. These moves weren't gradual. They were sharp, fast, and often triggered by cascading buy orders. That's why spotting the signal early can be so powerful. Positioning yourself ahead of the wave can lead to outsized gains if the pattern repeats itself. Another layer to consider is news and fundamental catalysts. XRP is often influenced by regulatory developments, partnerships, and adoption news. When the RSI signal aligns with positive fundamental momentum, it creates a high probability setup for explosive price action. Conversely, negative news could delay or temper the rally, so keeping an eye on the broader news cycle is just as important as chart analysis. Now here's a practical tip for traders. Monitor the RSI closely, but also track support and resistance levels in tandem. Look for confirmation through candlestick formations like bullish engulfing patterns or hammer formations, and watch for volume spikes. These confirmations can increase confidence that the move following the RSI flash will have real follow-through rather than being a false breakout. Timing is everything. The RSI doesn't tell you exactly when the rally will start, only that conditions are primed. Traders need patience, discipline, and the willingness to wait for additional confirmation before committing fully. Jumping in too early can result in minor losses or being whipsawed by short-term volatility. But waiting too long might mean missing the initial surge. Finding that sweet spot is where experience and careful observation come into play. It's also worth noting that this rare RSI signal is not a common occurrence. That scarcity is what makes it valuable. When it does appear, it naturally draws attention from savvy traders and institutions alike. This means liquidity can increase quickly, spreads tighten, and the market becomes more responsive. Ideal conditions for a significant price move in XRP. Before we wrap up, remember that while technical signals are powerful, they work best when combined with a comprehensive trading strategy. Portfolio diversification, risk assessment, and staying informed about broader market trends all play a role in turning insights like this RSI signal into tangible trading results. No single indicator should dictate your entire approach. It's the combination of tools, knowledge, and discipline that leads to consistent success. So to sum it up, the rare RSI flash has appeared again, hinting at the possibility of a major XRP rally. Historically, these moments have offered traders a window of opportunity that is too significant to ignore. Pair this signal with careful analysis, risk management, and an understanding of market psychology, and you could be positioned for some of the most exciting price action in XRP's recent history. Stay alert, stay informed, and as always, monitor the charts closely. If this signal plays out like it has in the past, we could be on the verge of a huge move. Thanks for watching XRP Pulse, where we break down the signals that matter most and bring you insights to navigate the fast-moving world of crypto. Keep your eyes on XRP and trade smart.